So tell me this though, when you were starting DJ Connection, you had these, $5 off, and that you could allot to networking at times. But what were some of the neatest connections that you made through staying organized and following up and prioritizing?
I remember one time I met a guy at a networking event. We're talking, and he was a guy who seemed to be very kind and very nice. I asked him what he did, and he says, "I'm in the medical business." And I look at his card, and he's the CEO. He owns the hospital.
Wow.
And I remember talking to him, and I did the follow-up system. I came home, I prioritized, I called him. Next thing you know, I'm getting a tour of his hospital, and he's agreeing to book me for all of their events. And I say all of them. There's probably 10 events a year.
That's awesome.
I remember going to another networking event, meeting somebody, getting their card, looking, oh, wow. Find out this person's the head of the HR department for a massive Tulsa employer. Next thing you know, I'm looking at 20 events a year. I remember doing this, following up at a hotel one time, and the lady, I got her card, and she's the head of the hotel. She's the one who tells every single bride and groom who they should use for entertainment.
Oh, man.
And I'm not exaggerating. I probably got 150 events a year booked where they would refer me 150 paying DJ events a year from meeting this person. And that's happened in different industries. That's just on the DJ side. When I started a business in the commercial real estate industry, I did the same thing, only when I had those connections, those were people who did mega leases, who bought buildings. It's unbelievable. The power of networking is huge. And again, it comes down to two things, man.
Okay.
What do you know and who do you know? And so many people were dying on the hill saying, I know all this. I have a degree in this. I'm a specialist in this.
Right.
I know these things. The world should pay me. No, it's about who you know. Quit getting bitter. It's about who you know. Don't get bitter, get better. It's not about...
And capitalizing on that. Because if you're not organized enough to follow up, then who you know is not going to benefit you.
It's unbelievable. You guys wouldn't believe how, like right now in my phone, I don't have my phone. Well, I do have my phone. Can I see my phone? Can we do that? I don't know if we can. Let me just look at this. I want to show you guys real quick. This is huge.
Good.
We're going to bust out the phone. You know, if you're watching this and your phone number just got compromised due to my networking 101, we'll get over it a little bit, because we're going to just we're going to show this to millions, okay? It's not going to show this to hundreds.
Calm down.
Calm down. It's not like everybody in the world.
Chill out, bro.
But seriously,
Chill out, bro.
But seriously, editing this, maybe you guys want to just take this out, okay? But let's go ahead and look here. Seriously, cut out the numbers, but let's look. Under media, these are all the people who are in the media.
Right.
There's like hundreds of people in the media. So if I want to get on the news right now, I just pick up my phone and I call the media.
And do you have it classified under media somewhere in their contacts?
Yeah. Let me do another one here. So it's like web. Anybody who builds websites, just kind of look at this. You can kind of zoom in there. You see it?
So you're telling me you can type in, you don't have to remember their name necessarily. You can type in web, you can type in media.
Graphic designer.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's for any industry. So if I meet somebody at an event and they're like, yeah, I need a graphic designer, I'm like, let me give it to you. Bam! Sick.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask you. You mentioned when you were starting out DJ Connection, you said, I didn't have all the technology, I did a Word document. Now, how does that process look for you?
Now what I do is I come back, I take their name, I put it into ACT. It's a software called ACT, and I literally put their occupation. As I was telling you, I take their name, I put their occupation, their phone number, their email, their problem, and then I start sending them emails. I had a guy just the other day who came by. He's in my homeowners association to tell me that they're tearing down the fence and they're going to replace it, and for a few weeks we'll be naked because we won't have a fence. And ended up finding out this guy owns a bank in town, and he's very familiar with my stuff. Wow, networking. You just keep dripping on people. It's amazing.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If I'm an entrepreneur, and you have not convinced me this is worth my time, because I'm telling you, I'm crunched on time and I don't have money, and I don't think this is really the best use of time, what advice would you give to that person?
What you know and who you know will ultimately determine the maximum height that you can grow. And I've never met anybody who is immensely successful who is not immensely connected. So if you want to be the first person in the history of the world to become successful who did it in a vacuum where you didn't know anybody, then power to you, write a book about it, taunt me in the forward. But as a general rule, it won't happen. And so I can tell you, if you want to be poor no more, if you want to move beyond just surviving, you want to thrive, you want to be successful, you have to have a huge network.
and it's different than just running to every event like a chicken with your head cut off, putting all these business cards in a backpack. That doesn't help you, right?
I know a guy who I went to his office and I saw a drawer, and I'm not exaggerating, with probably thousands of business cards. And I was like, what are you doing with those? Like, oh, well, I just put them in here to do some networking. And I was like, I'm getting paid as a consultant. So I said, when you say networking, do you mean just going to lunch, meeting people, taking their cards, promise them you'll get in touch, saying, hey, let's get in touch. Hey, we should connect, and then not following up. Is that what you're doing? So you're out there making generalized promises to people. Hey, we should connect, but you don't.
That's the church lingo. Hey, we should get lunch sometime.
We should get lunch sometime.
Yeah, let's hang out.
So that's what you're doing. And he was like, he's like, well, what do you think I should do? And I told him the system. He's doing it, and I'm not exaggerating. This week he got 2 deals from his networking.
So action steps, you got to put it in your Word document, your ACT, your ACT, whatever it is. Organize those contacts so you can follow up and prioritize them so it's not a waste of time.
Yes, make sure you do it. Now, one final little nugget here for you. I oftentimes sort people by net worth. It's mean. I do. I put it in the database by net worth. Yeah. So if I need to reach, let's say, millionaires about an investment opportunity, I just pull it up. Bam, there's a list.
Good. Those are the specific action steps you can implement today to increase that network.
This gets me excited.
Thank you, Clay.
Thank you.